Tonight at 10, it's primary season. Wisconsin's 7th District primary election is 1 week away. With former Congressman Sean Duffy's seat open, we hear from some candidates who are eyeing the spot. Plus, it's that time of year. The legislative session has kicked off. What local lawmakers are trying to accomplish this year. But first, polls are closed in New Hampshire. A look who is in the lead.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm John Cardinelli, and thanks for joining us. The polls are now closed in the New Hampshire primaries, and while Democrats remain split over what they want in a candidate, they know who they want in the Granite State. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from Manchester.
As the first results started to come in, Senator Bernie Sanders pulled out in front of the New Hampshire Democratic primary race.
We have an agenda that speaks to the needs of working families all across this country.
Former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg and Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar are battling it out for second place.
Hello, America. I'm Amy Klobuchar, and I will beat Donald Trump.
About half of the voters who participated in the First in the Nation primary said they waited until the last few days to decide on a candidate.
New Hampshires are pretty diehard voters. We really care about who's in office.
Electability is a key point. Exit polls show more than 60% of voters say they prefer a nominee who can beat President Trump to those they agree with on major issues.
Senator Elizabeth Warren and former Vice President Joe Biden are well behind the pack. Biden already left the state for a rally in South Carolina.
Look, we're going to be back. We're going to be back in New Hampshire. We're going to be back there to defeat Donald Trump in November.
The Democratic field will be a little smaller going forward. Andrew Yang and Colorado Senator Michael Bennet both suspended their long-shot campaigns.
The last time New Hampshire voters picked the eventual Democratic presidential nominee was in 2004. Well, switching gears now, let's check in with Dave. Dave, it looks like there may be some snow in our future.
80% chance it'll get to us after midnight tonight, John. And for many of us, it'll go to the tune of about 1 to 3 inches. But thanks to lake effect, there could be some higher totals for folks in the snow belt of the South Shore. So cloudy sky right now. After midnight tonight, that snow from the west will start to filter in. And that sets us up for a day planner like this for midweek. Out the door in the morning, we're probably going to be getting light snows with a temperature around 17 degrees, and we just might push up towards 24 by lunchtime. Snow continues. Snow continuing on the way back home, but temperatures will tumble because hard on the heels of this low-pressure system bringing the snow, we've got Arctic high pressure coming aboard. We're all going below zero probably come Thursday morning. We'll talk about how long that will stick and how much snow we'll get for our Wednesday, early Thursday morning. That's all in just a couple more minutes.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dave. After 2 fires, a tax forfeit, and failed attempts to sell, the former Cozy Bar has been left in disrepair, and the Duluth City Council voted on a contract to demolish it. However, with this contract comes conflict. The demolition will cost close to $149,000 and will be contracted through Rachel Contracting, LLC. However, the demolition can be put on hold if the former owners put up $50,000 to appeal it. City Attorney Gunnar Johnson met with a judge this afternoon to ask whether he can drop the bond to $50,000 or put a time limit as to how long the owner has to pay the bond. If the owners were to pay the bond, this would put a hold on the demolition process. The 2020 legislative session kicked off in Minnesota today, and with it comes a lengthy wish list of bonding items for Duluth. In a non-budget year, the bonding will take center stage before the session adjourns in May. For Duluth, they are looking for funding to repair the lake walk, the seawalls behind the deck, and many other infrastructure upgrades for the city. In total, Duluth and St. Louis County will be seeking about $70 million in bonding money for upgrades around the Northland.
Each of these projects has been pretty well vetted and they really are quality projects and important to our local economy.
We have a AAA bond rating, so it's a really good time to invest in Minnesota for these capital projects, and it will spur economic development.
There are some carryover items from last year, including gun control bills and recreational marijuana. Those don't sound likely to gain any positive traction. One that does, though, is making insulin more affordable for diabetics. That's a priority for both parties. We are 1 week away from Wisconsin's 7th district primary. This year, there are 4 candidates on the ballot, all vying for Sean Duffy's former seat at the U.S. Capitol. Duffy stepped down in September. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with the candidates to hear how they're feeling 1 week out.
We're 1 week away from the 7th district primaries, and 4 candidates are vying for Sean Duffy's former seat. Candidates include Republicans Tom Tiffany and Jason Church, and Democrats Tricia Zunker and Lawrence Dale. We'll take a look at the Republican ballot first. For Tiffany, he's been endorsed by Duffy. If elected, he says he plans to focus on affordable health care and helping small businesses succeed.
Good access to health care, but affordability is oftentimes a concern. I have some ideas that I've had implemented, like telehealth.
Army veteran Jason Church says his military experience is an asset for him, and a main focus for the Purple Heart honoree would be helping struggling farmers and updating military aid.
I think right now our military has some aging infrastructure and technology that we need to modernize to really face a 21st century threat.
Now for the Democrats. If voters choose Zunker, she'd be the first Native American from Wisconsin in office. Her goals are to provide Medicare to all and to support local farmers.
We need to eliminate predatory business practices that hurt our small and mid-sized farmers. We need to ensure funding for mental health assistance for our farmers.
Meanwhile, Dale hasn't raised funding like other candidates. He did spend most of his campaign trail knocking on residents' doors and meeting with locals. He says his main focus would be helping farmers succeed when competing against corporate farms.
We've lost 7,000 small dairy farm operations since 2004. The farmers are a lot more productive than the industrial dairy farms.
Come next Tuesday, candidates are hopeful they will have the support of residents in the 7th district.
The primaries take place on February 18th. For more information, you can head on over to our website, cbs3duluth.com. Duluth police arrested 3 men yesterday in connection with a deadly opioid overdose last year. Officers arrested 29-year-old Jesse Wayne Merrill, 30-year-old Seth Daniel Nelson, and 30-year-old artist Samuel Sanders on Monday. The arrests stem from an incident back on October 22nd, 2019. That's when police discovered the body of a 41-year-old woman. An autopsy showed an overdose of fentanyl and heroin caused her death. The suspects were arrested for aiding and abetting third-degree murder. All 3 suspects have had former felony convictions in Minnesota. They're still awaiting formal charges. A 4-month investigation by the Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crime Task Force led to the arrests. The amount of meth seized in Minnesota is skyrocketing. According to Minnesota's violent crimes enforcement teams, the amount of meth seized last year was up 640% from 5 years ago. Other drug seizures are also on the rise, including cocaine, heroin, and prescription pills. Investigators say most of the heroin seized contains fentanyl. In Wisconsin, the state assembly is set to pass a bill that would impose tougher sentences on repeated drunk drivers. The Republican-authored measure would increase the minimum mandatory sentence for 5th and 6th offenses from 6 months to 18 months. However, judges could hand down shorter sentences if they find such a move would be in the public's interest. The Wisconsin DOC has estimated the bill would create $13.6 million in additional annual operating costs. Governor Evers has approved a plan to improve how the Wisconsin National Guard handles sexual assault and harassment complaints. In December, federal investigators issued a report revealing multiple shortcomings in the Guard's sexual misconduct reporting protocols. In turn, Evers ordered the Guard to come up with a corrective action plan, which was released yesterday. It calls for a ban on internal investigations, a case tracking system, and a new council that will oversee all sexual misconduct and reprisal cases. The fight over what would be Minnesota's first copper-nickel mine reached new heights today. PolyMet asked the Minnesota Supreme Court to reverse a recent lower court decision that blocked 3 permits the company needs to mine near Hoyt Lakes. Those permits were issued by the DNR. PolyMet's CEO said today the court decision opened the door to even more review and litigation in the process. The DNR now has until the end of tomorrow to also ask the state Supreme Court for a review. Duluth School District Administration is considering taking a two-phased approach to redraw district lines after outcry from parents. The board met tonight and discussed what the two-phase process would look like. The first phase would tackle elementary schools and the district's language immersion programs with implementation set for fall 2021. The second phase includes the formation of a working group to do more research on and develop recommendations for high school boundaries. No vote was made tonight. Board members said they would like more information on what a two-phase process would look like before taking a vote. Still to come on live local CBS3, 3 rescued wildcats are calling Minnesota their new home, but they have no names. How you can help. Plus, students made treats, but not for each other. Why they were made, next.
Record low for this date is 32 below from 1988, and by Thursday morning, away from the lake, some towns could be pretty close to that. Big Arctic outbreak is coming after tomorrow's snow event. Will it be a big event or a small one? Well, small for some towns, a little bigger for others. We'll show you who's who right after the break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
I'm Dr. Amy Van Straten with St. Luke's Obstetrics and Gynecology Associates. I have 2 daughters. They'll ask me when I get home from work, did I help any babies come out and what are their names? And then they will like to evaluate if that was a good name or not. With robotic technology, it's very rewarding to be able to do difficult surgeries through small incisions and see patients recover so quickly. When a patient comes to St. Luke's, I feel like they really get personalized care, and it's really rewarding to see patients absolutely loving their care.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
This Valentine's Day at Papa Murphy's, heat things up to 425 degrees. Right now, get the Heartbaker Pizza, our signature pepperoni pizza in the shape of a heart for just $9. Fall in love with one today for just $9. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
Okay, here we go.
Small-town America, dreams hold fast. But good jobs seem like a thing of the past. And more of our kids have to leave in search of opportunity, making small towns smaller. Mike Bloomberg knows a little something about opportunity. As a business leader and mayor, he created hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs. So he intends to finally invest in our infrastructure and partner with community colleges to prepare the next generation for next-generation jobs. Because small towns still have big dreams, and Mike intends to fight for them.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Okay, we're done.
At Miller Hill Subaru, we believe in the mission of saving homeless pets and placing as many as possible in loving homes. Nearly 800 pets have been given a second chance through the Subaru Love a Pet adoption event in the past 12 years. We sponsor rescue groups near and far who share in this mission. And it's clear our amazing community supports adoption, welcoming these deserving pets to their forever homes. This is what collaboration and commitment to our community means to us.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
We've been talking about it for a couple of days, and yeah, there's a low-pressure system off to our west, and it still looks like an 80% chance it's going to pay off in a snowy way around our region. Maybe just light stuff in Minnesota and inland parts of Wisconsin, and maybe even the UP as well. But thanks to lake effect from its northerly winds here, it could be a little bit heavier for the South Shore and the snow belt. So from Douglas County through towards Iron County, winter weather advisory will go into effect tomorrow and maybe even last until noon on Thursday. We'll show you a chart in just a little bit on how much snow is going to be expected there. And Yeah, we could call it moderate using our native Northland standards. Light in Minnesota, moderate for the snow belt. And right now, temperatures are pretty moderate at the airport in Duluth, still 20 degrees above zero with a partly cloudy sky. Clouds are increasing though as that low gets closer. After midnight, we could get some light snow beginning from it as well. Southwest wind, it's going 14 miles per hour right now. 74% is the relative humidity and 29.86 already on the low side. That's our barometric pressure. Temperature-wise, we're running from 23 International Falls down 53 to 23 in Orr. Cook is probably a little bit cooler than that. Ely 21, 19 Hibbing, 22 Grand Rapids, and low 20s Moose Lake. Upper teens for the North Shore, 23 in Superior, 18 to 23 for much of the rest of northern Wisconsin right now, and 18 to 20 in the Upper Peninsula. Enjoy these tropical temperatures while you can, because by Thursday morning, 15 below ahead of the lakes, 30 below possible further inland, and that could last through Friday before we start to mellow out again by the weekend. All right, let's take a look at the Doppler map right now, and we can see those clouds filtering in from the west as that low gets closer to our region. So for tonight after midnight, the cloudy sky we have, or it's building in, we'll start to kick out some flurries, really just light stuff for perhaps the first 8 hours. But once we get into tomorrow, it'll become a little more substantial. Not overly impressive for Minnesotans, perhaps, but again, thanks to lake aggravation, the South Shore will get things just a little bit heavier, and it should be done by early Thursday morning for most towns. And how much snow will we get? Well, I'm thinking most Minnesotans get 1 to 3, a little bit on the heavier side towards the 3 by the lake, 1 further inland. Away from the lake, northern Wisconsin probably gets that 1 to 3 range as well, but for the snow belt, 3 to 6 is possible here from the Upper Peninsula over towards Douglas County. 6 inches for the UP, not enough to trigger an advisory, I guess. That's an old hat for folks there in the snow belt. Tonight, here's what we get temperature-wise in Minnesota. The cool down already begins in International Falls area, 2 below and anywhere to 20 right by the lake. Wide range of temperatures here. And Wisconsin, it's a narrower band. Low temps tomorrow morning, 17 to 20 above. Flurries possible after midnight for everybody. And then light to moderate snow comes across for Wisconsin and the UP tomorrow, with high temps early on running 24 to 28. And Minnesota high temps early on running about 5 inland to 25 by the lake. And I say early on because colder air behind this low pressure system will send temperatures plummeting in the afternoon, and then they'll bottom out, Thursday morning about 16 below here in the Twin Ports, and I'm still thinking 20 to 30 below possible further inland, and Friday will be a replay of that. Into Saturday, though, warmer temperatures come back, John, into the 20s for highs once again, and 40% chance for snow showers will hit us on Saturday, probably less than what we get tomorrow.
Well, perfect. It looks like just get through Thursday, Friday, end your work week, and into the weekend, some better weather to get outside, maybe do some winter activities.
Yeah, that's the optimistic way to look at it.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dave. A labor of love in the Superior School District. This week, students made special bird treats and laid them out in the Superior School Forest. The forest, which is about 20 miles south of Superior, offers students a unique learning opportunity by connecting them with nature. The Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone recently took in 3 orphaned cougar kittens, and they want your help naming them. Officers found 2 of the kittens under the deck of a house in the state of Washington back in January. The 3rd kitten was captured a day later. The kittens were sent to the sanctuary because they're too young to survive on their own. It's unclear what happened to their mother. The Wildcat Sanctuary is home to 9 other wild-born cougars orphaned in the last decade. You can head on over to our website, CBS3Duluth.com, for more information on how to submit name ideas. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, an update on the coronavirus. Some in quarantine in California released as more die from the virus.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Do you know what the U of M does for you? From wastewater to surface water, and Minnetonka to Superior. Discover how the University of Minnesota is protecting our state's most precious resource.
being a disabled veteran and to have a tooth pain on top of severe PTSD will take you down in the dump. After several denials, when I went to Aspen Dental, they gave me a free exam, free x-rays. The doctor comes in and then he's like, you are in pain, so we're going to get you taken care of. I had no insurance.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes to flexible hours and payment options. Yes to 30% off dental services. And yes, we'll take care of you no matter what. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL today.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team. Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
If you love to fish, hunt, boat, camp, or travel, or you love anything to do with the outdoors, you'll want to make your way down to the great family getaway at the Duluth Sports Show and Northland Deer Classic. See the newest RVs and boats. If you can cast it, ride it, wear it, sleep in it, or float on it, it's here. Bring your calendar and book your next family vacation at the many resorts and lodges. Fun for the entire family starts Wednesday at the Deck in Duluth. MinnesotaSportsShow.com.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Come on down and win at the Bear.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Nearly 200 evacuees from China quarantined for 14 days in California are getting released today. Danya Backus is outside the military base in Southern California where they were held.
Evacuees threw their masks in the air like graduation caps before leaving March Air Reserve Base in Moreno Valley, California. They were on the first emergency flight from China that arrived back in the U.S. exactly 14 days ago. Tuesday, health officials gave each a final health screening and deemed them coronavirus-free.
And everyone within the cohort passed their health screening.
Many boarded buses to take them to airports and eventually home.
So glad to be out. I mean, it's been a long journey getting here, but it's just really nice to be finally out and getting home.
The CDC says there are no confirmed coronavirus cases here, but about 80 miles south at a military base in San Diego, the CDC says an evacuee there is the 13th confirmed case in the U.S. That person has been isolated and hospitalized. The CDC says the risk to Americans remains low, and recent research shows, in many cases, the virus is on par with the flu or cold in terms of severity.
The 13 individuals in the United States have not yet had very severe illness. In fact, most have had very mild courses.
The World Health Organization has now given the coronavirus an official name, COVID-19. The group also began a 2-day summit in Geneva to better understand the virus that has sickened over 43,000 people and killed over 1,000, most of them in China.
Well, Kelly joins us now with an update on what we'll be seeing in sports.
Yeah, a little bit of hockey. The Wild putting their new acquisitions to the test. Coming up, we're going to have the highlights, how they did against Vegas. That's coming up next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association and Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining.
We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Around here, we like our winters snowy, and we like them cold. Some might say that's not ordinary, but then this isn't your ordinary casino.
Get away from it all with Legendary Waters Resort and Casino's Hotel Winter Special. A Queen or King Deluxe is only $59 on select days, and there's plenty to keep you warm this winter.
Legendary Waters Resort and Casino. Escape ordinary. Experience legendary.
Refresh and renew your bathroom at Menards. Get the realistic look and feel of tile in half the time with U-Tile from Max. This cocoon tub shower combo includes bathtub, 3-piece wall set, glass shelf and door, $1,588.98. Add contemporary elegance to your bathroom with Magic Woods elements. The 36-inch wide Stratton vanity features a trendy gray finish, $229.99. Menards is your home improvement store.
Save big money at Menards. Got you some sun protection.
But we work inside.
What's that?
He's testing the rollers.
Ma'am, I need to see your ID.
But I'm your mother.
Now what?
He's doing surprise trust falls.
I trust you, Jim.
Western National can cover your business and your home.
You'll get me next time.
With Western National, you'll have to find something else to worry about.
Dear Jack Frost, people say you've got ice in your veins. But underneath it all, you're just a big old softie. Go ahead, try to nip at our toes. Thanks to our available Remote Connect. We'll be toasty and warm and ready to go. Warm wishes, Toyota Cars.
Right now, get $1,000 customer cash on a sporty new 2020 Toyota Corolla. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
You know what President Trump needs in Congress? More people with Wisconsin common sense, like Tom Tiffany. Tiffany will help Trump drain the swamp with tough term limits. He has a plan to cut red tape on job-producing industries like logging and mines, rolling back Obama's overreach. And Tiffany is serious about finally passing the balanced budget amendment. A Wisconsin original. Tom Tiffany, conservative Republican for Congress. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Just a few games remain in the boys' high school hockey regular season. Seedings now have been announced for the section playoffs, and now it's just about finishing the regular season strong. Tonight on My 9 Sports, Virginia MIB hosting Hibbing Chisholm. Majority of the first period was scoreless until Brendan Peterson gets the feed from Ryan Scherf. Peterson nets the one-timer with under a minute to go. Blue Jackets have an answer in the second. Mitchell Zimba nets one to get him on the board, but they were not done. They followed that up with another goal from Ethan Lund. Just 15 seconds later, Virginia MIB manages to tie it up. That's how it stays for most of the third until Dylan Drake gets a turnover on the breakaway. He goes top shelf for the go-ahead. That is how it stays. Virginia wins 3-2 the final. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Wild hosting the Vegas Golden Knights. Newly acquired Alex Galchenyuk making his debut with Minnesota. Wild to jump on the board first on the power play. Joel Eriksson Ek gets his initial shot blocked, but a lucky bounce back to him lets him put it away on the second try. Still in the first, Wild back on a power play with under 7:30 to go. Kevin Fiala's shot denied, but there is a rebound and a putback by Jared Spurgeon that makes it a 2-goal game. Oh wait, where they weren't done. Midway through the second period, Minnesota on the attack. Jonas Brodian can't connect from short range, but Kevin Fiala is there to clean it up with a putback for the goal. It's 3-0 Minnesota, and Minnesota goes on to get another goal. Shutout 4-0. Alex Stalock, the former Bulldog, stops 26 shots. Wild, have now won 7 out of their last 10. The Golden Boys from Pyeongchang are back at it. Team Schuster, the Duluth-based Olympic gold medal winning curling team, is gearing up for another run. Team Schuster is competing at the 2020 National Championships out in Spokane, Washington. They're off to an undefeated start to the tournament after a nail-biter last night where they won 10-9 over Team Dropkin. They're the last remaining undefeated team at the national championships, and they picked up their 6th win over Team Kakela out of North Dakota. They now have a 2-game lead on top of the tournament standings. Team Schuster is back in action tomorrow night against Team Brundage out of St. Paul, Minnesota. And Section 7A Championship preview. Tomorrow night it will be Cloquet Esco Carleton taking on Proctor Hermantown for a trip to state. On the line for girls hockey, the Mirage ended their season on an 8-game win streak. And for them, it's going to be about sticking to the game plan tomorrow night.
Play our game. That's been our motto ever since we kind of got in our rhythm before Christmas. It's just all about us. We got to take care of what we need to do and make teams adjust to us.
Last week we had great practices leading up to the game. We got ready for the game. We focused on what we needed to work on, and I know they're a great team. You know, they got a solid first line for sure with Bender and Nelson. I expect a very good game on Wednesday.
Puck drop tomorrow, 7 p.m. at St. Luke's Sports and Events Center. We'll have a preview and highlights tomorrow at 6 and 10. And today, Section C's for boys high school hockey were released for Section 7A. Hermantown has earned the top seed. The Hawks have lost just 1 game all season at 18-1-4. Hermantown will look to avenge a tough section finals loss to Greenway from last year. Duluth Denfeld is the 2nd seed. The Hunters rank 10th in the class single QRF. They're followed by Greenway at 3 and Evelyn Gilbert at 4, I Falls at 5, and Virginia MIB at 6. The play-in games are this Saturday. Ely will be in Proctor for the right to take on Hermantown, while North Shore heads to Hibbing. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center. Proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
Honda was named the 2019 Best Overall Brand and Best Value Brand by Kelley Blue Book. So when you buy a Honda, you're getting an amazing vehicle for an amazing value. Come into your local dealership today and get a great deal on an amazing Honda.
Imagine a place where fun is as pure as the driven snow, where you're never left out in the cold, and where winning at winter puts the icing on the lake. There's so much to do in this Minnesota land. We put it all in a scratch game you can hold in your hand. So get out and play. We up to 100K. Get out and play. The Minnesota way.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Black Angus boneless eye of round roast, only $3.99 per pound, and get 12 ounces of Sugardale sliced bacon for only $2.99. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get cantaloupe or honeydew melon for just 66 cents per pound, and 6 ounces of fresh blackberries just $1.66. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
The great outdoors is headed indoors for the Duluth Sports Show and Northland Deer Classic. Stroll through the Rainforest Animal Exhibit. View the wonder and majesty of the ocean and more at the virtual reality experience. Visit the Pheasant Forever Youth Village. Take a selfie at the interactive 3D street art illusion. Marvel over a world-class shed antler display. Attend seminars on RVing, fishing, and hunting. Family fun starts Wednesday at the Deck in Duluth. MinnesotaSportsShow.com.
Conservative Jason Church with President Trump since day one. Career politician Tom Tiffany, well, he's shoveling a load of, you know. Tiffany opposed Donald Trump, and his big money backers spent millions to stop Trump. We just can't trust a Madison insider to clean up the swamp. Jason Church, he's not a politician. He's a combat veteran that'll have President Trump's back. Americans with Security PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Well, Dave, let's get a final look at that weather for the night.
All right, we'll fire up the 7-day here, John. It starts on a snowy note. Wednesday, 80% chance for 1 to 3 inches of snow in Minnesota, and maybe we could run 3 to 6 for Wisconsin and the UP. Then Arctic high pressure takes over on Thursday, since temperatures plummeting. 15 below or so in the Twin Ports, colder than that inland, but sunshine thanks to the high pressure, both for Thursday and Friday. In turn, that gives way to a warm-up by Saturday and Sunday, back into the 20s. Couple of flurries on Saturday, bit of sunshine on Sunday. John, you're already eyeing up the weekend, even though you have to work it. I know you squeeze in a little bit of fun, and Sunday may be the better day of the two.
All right, well, thank you, Dave. And yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that weekend. Get on out there if you like snow activities.
Yeah.
That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.